Well, as they say, let us get this over with. Was it the goods? No, no, this is not a very good film. But usually when you don't really like a film or it's not very good, we want to begin with well, what was good about it? Okay, well, I was stunned that the actual very beginning, and they are, I'm not going to say what, this is no spoiler review, they pulled from the original trilogy, but they did it in a, really interesting way. There's even a section right after that that I thought was very tasteful, very well done. And then, of course, the main film starts, and it doesn't just collapse immediately. You have a little bit with Jackie Chan. I thought, like, okay, that's fine. The new Daniel, okay. And he is a good actor. I think he was convincing. It's not great acting. It's very functional, but it's fine. It's fine. And then when we get more and more into the main story, you're like, oh, okay. So, as you'd expect, and the trailer is very misleading, but the essence is actually not misleading. So they are basically doing the first Karate Kid, or at least a huge amount of it, all over again. So we're going to get Daniel fish out of water, but this time it's New York. He's out of water in New York, or out of the fish, or whatever. Like he doesn't really feel like he is out of water, whatever. It just doesn't feel like him being in New York. Like, wow, he's overwhelmed or shocked. It just feels very pale and bland. Okay, so then we get the bully. Then we get the young girl who's going to be the girlfriend, and yada yada yada. So they're taking basically the skeleton and the structure of the first film and basically redoing it all over again. But it's just way more boring. And there was actually one part with the music, because the music for the most part here is terrible and not very good. But there was a section where the new Daniel is helping a friend, and the subplot was really dumb. But some people seem to like it. They think the subplot is actually better than the real plot. I think they're both very lame. But anyway, he's helping someone, and there's a nice musical cue, like hip hop music. And by the way, I love hip hop, and this is some nice classical hip hop. It doesn't really fit though. I mean, when they turn to the rap music, it doesn't even fit the 1980s. So you're like, why are they using music that is more like 90s, 2000s, just even recent stuff? So it's just like, yeah. Again, there are some nice shots with cinematography with Jackie Chan. Like he looks good in a lot of shots. So when they film him, I think they were paying attention. So that's good. And I like Jackie Chan. Yeah, there's really not much else. I mean, some of the choreography is impressive. It doesn't fit the story though, because they are just flying all around like Ninja Turtles, and the whole point of Karate Kid is, I mean, yes, it's a fantasy. It is like Daniel in the original trilogy. I mean, he could do a lot, but he wasn't doing like super jumps or flip kicks like a Jedi warrior. I'm like, what is happening here? That's another thing. Is like, wait, this kid already seems physically very powerful and impressive. Why does he need training? I don't know. And then it's like, oh, double, triple twist. And again, I'm not spoiling anything that's not in the trailer. So yes, does the real Daniel show up? Yes, he does. Very briefly. Even saying it's a cameo is a little distortive. He is not in this film that long. He is here real quick. There is an exchange between him and the Jackie Chan character Han. Okay, so he's not just there to show up and leave, but really it is a very, and I mean very small role, an extremely small role. So if you're going to pay a ticket thinking, hey, I'm going to see, yes, my original Karate Kid, save your money because he's barely there. Don't watch the trailer because if you see the trailer, you've basically seen most of his scenes. I'm not joking. The trailer literally gave away most of what they do with Daniel. And there we are. So yeah, this thing is not even disappointing. I was not going to be excited anyway. I love the original. I'm a big fan of the original. I never saw any of the original films in theaters because, I grew up kind of poor. So I just could not afford to go see the theater. So I saw the films through television or renting it or being lucky enough to see it, friend's house or whatever. They're great. The original is great. It is a flawed trilogy. And I had the chance to see the next Karate Kid and not interested. I saw the trailer and I was like, yeah, something's not right. And I get it. Listen, it's a corporation. They got to make money. I get it. I do get it. But at least the next Karate Kid had It had Miyagi, so it had something. This thing really has no connection to anything. And yes, the Jackie Chan character, yes, it is from the other Karate Kid film, the Scientology one. Yeah, the one with the Will Smith guy. Yeah. So is there anything here for actual fans of the original? No, no. If you have watched Cobra Kai, and I watched literally only little bits, and I mean little bits and pieces, so I don't really know Cobra Kai. I know the basic gist. There are some Easter eggs from Cobra Kai. So if you love Cobra Kai, you may think these Easter eggs to Cobra Kai are enough. It is part of this extended universe. And some people were worried, wow, did they destroy Cobra Kai? No, I don't think there's anything here that decimates or really ruins the Cobra Kai story, as far as I know. But again, I don't know Cobra Kai, but I'm going off other reviews because I just don't know Cobra Kai that well. So if you did love Cobra Kai, there is some Cobra Kai stuff. But there you go. That's about it. There's a few Easter eggs. Were the callbacks good? No, because they don't really fit. I mean, it like tonally, visually, thematically, it doesn't really fit the trilogy at all. Let me be clear. I can be critical of the trilogy because obviously, like part 3 is one of the most criticized part of that trilogy, where it feels they're just kind of repeating themselves. And I love that film, and it has a lot of great stuff. But yet, there are parts of it that they are just repeating themselves. They're not doing anything. They are just, oh, Daniel needs to get trained for the second time. What? So yeah, I mean, even by the end of part 3, like, what more can they do? So yeah, I mean, listen, if you actually cared about the story, you'd be like, this is hard. How are they going to continue the story? They're not even trying. It is just photocopy the first one, new kid, appeal to the Chinese market. I mean, this is also confusing because Miyagi is Japanese. And to put it mildly, Japanese and Chinese history are very complex, and they're not always complementary. So there you go. Chinese kid wants to learn karate, impress new girl, and yeah, I mean the kid is fine. He's not a great actor, but he's fine. And there are actually actors I like in this, but they don't fit. Why are they here? What are they doing? I don't even know. It just seems so cynical. So they have the Mandalorian actress to appeal to what more Asian market? I don't know. Then they have some white actors. Why? I guess to appeal to the white. I mean, this thing is so weird. It is all over the place. It is trying to appeal to everything. Racist people, people I guess who see streaming services, because this is more like a streaming movie. I guess fans of rap music and hip hop, 1990s nostalgia people, even though the original trilogy is from the 1980s. It is all over the map bonkers. It is just so weak all the way through. I mean, the cinematography is the only thing that seemed a little consistent. Even there, it's kind of just, it's functional. So, and it's interesting because a lot of people liked Thunderbolts recently, and they're saying, you know, you can have a lot of criticism of the recent MCU, but at least Thunderbolts is a good callback to Phase 1. I'm not going to get too much into that debate, but I would have to give this, that I don't think Thunderbolts was that good, but it felt like a real film. Like they took time and effort with the stunts, with the cinematography, the acting. They tried. This thing is bare minimal. Some people are saying it's not 90 minutes. It is over 90 minutes, but it's barely 2 hours. There is, again, a super Easter egg for the post-credit scene. I don't think it's worth it, but you go check that out for yourself, make a decision. Yeah, this thing is barely a film. It's kind of like just what it is. It's a very cynical product. It uses the label of the Karate Kid, but has no real connection to the spirit themes of the original. And let's be very clear, the original was there to make money too, but at least they put some effort into the story. You felt something for Daniel, Miyagi, the whole story. The trilogy did have a story that progressed and moved forward. However, you know, problematic, but they tried. And so there was something there. There was something there with the heroes and the villains, Chosen. You go through the list. Kreese. This doesn't have any of that. This doesn't have any of that at all. It is just generic kid. I want to learn karate. I call you master. I face bully. And, you know, jump kicks. And again, the costume was actually kind of nice. His costume was actually nice at the end. But really, it is the most bare minimal, superficial stuff you can imagine. It is not really for Karate Kid fans. Clearly not for the original fans. So I guess this is for Cobra Kai people who just want a little bit extra stuff. and you'll get a cinematic version of that, I guess. I don't know. Um, yeah, this thing was so weak on so many levels. So I am gonna give this, and I think even giving it a 4 is too nice. So I'm gonna give this 3 out of 10. Is it one of the worst of the decade? I don't know, but like it's not Madame Web bad because even there the sound was terrible. Like I could hear the dialogue here, although some of the sound design was really pathetically minimal. So yeah, I mean you can hear the dialogue, and there's not radical inconsistency with the effects and stunts. So give that. And again, the beginning was actually pretty nice. The beginning is really nice. So yeah, if you think it's worth the price of a ticket to pay for the first 15 minutes, you'll get something good. And then it just declines, 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 declines. Do not see this, not worth it. But if you have a ton of extra money, go check it out. Be curious. It's not worth it though, but there we are. 3 out of 10. Karate Kid Part 20 or whatever it is.